Hi, this is a loan management system developed using VBA in Excel. Let me show you how it works. Supposing we want to go for £45,000 and the number of years for payment is 7, interest rates, let's go for 3.8. All you need to do is calculate, then we enter the customer's details there. So let's just call him customer boy. Alright, that's the name, and here you can enter the address of Mr. Boy. So Mr. Boy lives in John Moore Road. So let's go for 123 John Moore Road. That's where he lives. So all we need to now do is add his details onto this sheet. If you look into my spreadsheet, Mr. Boy's details is right there. So let's add another person's details. Clear that, and let's come in here. 87,000, and number of year 12, interest rate at 5.4. Enter that. Name for this customer, let's go for Mary Wales, right? And here address 56 Kingsland Road, London. There. So look at Mary Wales, and there, once I click on this add, Mary Wales details will be added onto the spreadsheet. You see that, guys? So what I'm going to do now is to take you guys straight into Excel development environment, and we'll put one of these together. So let's do that now. Hi, and welcome to Excel VBA Loan Management System Calculator. I'm going to start by going to File. If you don't have this developer menu there, you go to File, and we go to Options, and there go to Customize Ribbon. Make sure this developer tab or checkbox is checked. Click on OK. Now once that is achieved, come up here. You should be able to see your developer menu. Click on the developer menu, select Visual Basic, or you can just press Alt F11. That is it right there. Okay, now that will take you straight to this Visual Basic editor environment. The next thing you want to do is come straight into Insert, select User Form. There we go, that's your user form there. I'm now going to change the height of my form to approximately 680, maybe 680.25, and the width, let's change the width to approximately 1020. There we go. Now the next thing I'd like to do is, let's select the form, and you get the toolbox pop up here. I need the framework, so get the frame, just draw it there, and I need a label on the frame as well. So one of these is a label, paste it right there. I'm going to need a list box. Grab a list box, maybe dump that right here. We need labels, a couple of labels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 labels. Okay, maybe we should add one more label just to get the customer's name. Yeah, let's grab the customer's name as well, right there. And then right below here, let's enter another frame, and we add some buttons here. one of these is a button. Yeah, there we go. 1 2 3 4. Okay, 4 for now. Select all of the buttons and increase the font size. Font, maybe we'll go for bold, make that 24. Let's see. Okay, we set it for 24 there. And let's change the content of each button. This is going to be my exit button, so change that to exits loan. That is the name of my going to be the name of my system, and that will be btn exit. The other one is reset loan, so that's going to be btn reset. Okay, and the content in there will be reset loan. And here, that is going to be, maybe we call that add loan. And the name is going to be btn add. And here, this is going to be btn loan, and the name is going to be calculate loan. There. Okay, now we have all our buttons ready, so let's come in here and just place them. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to start first with the exit. Double click on the exit, and we enter the following lines of codes for the exit there. So what will happen is the system would prompt the user to confirm if they want to exit or not. So I'm just going to call that loan record, or let's say loan record, or loan, or calculate loan. Let's say calculate loan. All right, there. So if I run this for you guys to see and press this, that is what happened. If you say no, you are still within the system. If you say yes, you're out of the system. And up here, I'm going to change that to, let's call that loan management system calculator. There we go. Let's drag that along and increase the font size. We have to increase this as well. Come in here. The font, increase that. Let's go for maybe 48, and let's see how 48 will look like. Okay, so let's get rid of the text content in here, the frame. Get rid of that, and all of these, let's increase their font size to maybe 24. There. Okay, here we call that enter the amount of loan. So let's adjust it. Amount of loan. Okay, and we need a text box for that. Enter the text box right here. Okay, let's just copy it across. Alright, the next one, let's change that to change that to number of years, or number of year. Enter number of year, and then followed by enter interest rate. Okay, this one will be known as monthly payments, and this will be known as the total payment. Right, that is fine. Okay, so let's give the text box a name. So this one will be TXT amount of loan, and we'll just speed that up. Okay, these two text box, I'm going to use those one. I'm going to change them to labels, but I'll be using these ones for something else, for the names and maybe contact details. So let's grab a label, enter a label here, and this label we're going to change the back color to, let's change that to white, and in there let's give that a label, a name. We're going to call it LBL payment, monthly payment. Let's copy that, and this one is going to be LBL total payment. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to change the effect of this label. Let's change that to bump effect, and change this one to bump effect as well. Right there, come right here. Yeah, and both labels, let's change the font size to 24, just like the other ones. 24 bold. There, get rid of the content in there. There we go. Alright, we need two more information, so that's going to be, copy that will be for name and maybe name and address. Let's come in here and just enter name, full name. There. Okay, let's see if we're going to have enough room. I think we will have enough room. Yes, enough room in there. Then the other one might be contact details. Let's copy that and we'll rearrange everything. Maybe address. Yeah. Okay, that is fine. And that would be TXT address. Right. Why this will be called TXT name. Okay. Alright. Product is now saved yet. I'm going to go to file. Let's save it. And I'm going to save it as Excel loan. Okay. Let's save that. Okay. Alright, we have to select Excel macro enable. Okay, save type, make sure it's Excel macro enable. Alright, that is saved. Now if I run it, this is how it looks like. So all I'm just going to do is to speed up the development of the interface and make it look presentable. So let's do that now. Close that. Okay, let's work on the reset loan. Let's come in here and just enter as follows: So txt name dot text equals the txt address dot text equals and there. Okay, we just speed that up. Now if I run it and enter some value in there, we can just get rid of it. Let's see what is the error. Address. What might be the problem with address? Let's come in here and check that out. Oh, it's 1D. Okay, yep, that's corrected now. So let's run it again. Those are not supposed to accept data. 1, 2, 3, they're not meant to accept string value. That is incorrect, but we will take care of that anyway. There. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Let's take care of those. Okay, let's double click on the form and declare the following global variable. Up there, let's enter option explicit and declare as follows. Okay, now we come in here and now let's double click on this text box, and where it says amount change here, you can see the event is change. You enter as follows. Okay, you can see that's the line, or those are the lines of code. I'm going to copy that same line of code and I'll repeat it for the second one, which is the number of years, and this as well. There. Then we need to change the names. Let's change the names. That is for that, and number of years we need to change that to with txt number of years. Right, have a good look at the lines of code. What will happen with this code is it will only accept between 0s and 9 and just 1 decimal place. Okay, more than 1 decimal place you get the beep noise. Alright, so have a good look at it. Yes, you can always create one event for the 3, but I've chosen to do it this way. So let's run it and see. In here I'm going to enter 45 and let's see. We see we cannot accept more than 1 event. Okay, that's fine. And here we're going to have 12. Here we have interest rates, let's say 3.4, and here nothing. So if we click on that, we should be able to get something, but there's nothing in here yet and nothing here yet. So reset, exit. So we've taken care of those 3, that's fine. As for the calculation here, I'm going to have to declare some global variable up here, and right there, those are my global variables. Okay, now I'm going to need the following. So let's grab 1, 2, and 3. So the interest is going to be, so we'll place that right inside here. Okay, from load, place that there, equals by value txt interest rate dot text. There, that's one. Then the other one is the amount of loan. Let's find out the name. Okay, let's go for the year first. Number of year. So number of year. In the case of number of year, I'll just comment that out and copy number of years. There we go, number of years, paste that, equals number of years dot text. Let's make it by value as well. The other one is monthly. We have number of year, we have interest loan. Okay, the loan. Come right down here. Let's comment it out for now. Let's go in here, check out the name of the loan. Okay, copy that, come back in here. So the loan equals by value txt dot text. Okay, now let's work out the monthly payment. I'm going to copy this, copy that, paste it here. Let's say monthly payment equals, let's open a bracket, that is amount of loan, paste, multiply by the interest rate. Let's get the interest rate, this one. And I'm going to then divide it by 100. Okay, that's fine. Then what about the total? I'm going to get this total. In the case of total, I'm going to use as follows. Let's say total equals the monthly payment itself. Okay, I don't want an error there. Okay, copy this monthly payment, multiply by number of year, which is this one, multiply by number of year, copy, and multiply by 12. Okay, that's that done. Okay, I will now assign both of these onto the labels. There we go, those are the labels. Okay, so if we run it, let's run it and see if it works as we want. So let's say we're going for 1,500, number of years for payment 3 years, interest rate, and there. Okay, so I think it's about right. Okay, now let's see if we can convert 1, 2, and 3 to pound sign. Okay, let's double click on that. So we want all of these to be converted to pound sign. So we'll come right down here and there. So that should convert it all to pound sign. So let's give it a try one more time. Let's say we go for 25,000 and number of year is 6, interest rate 4.7 there. Okay, so that is the monthly payment on 25,000. Okay, I'm going to now double click on the font so that I can use the initialize event of it to add some headings here. So let's double click on this form, and I'm going to change the method or the event to initialize this very one. Take it up so that you can see it right here. I've initialized the following. Okay, this will be my heading. So let's run it and see. There we go, but it seems there's not enough room. Let's close it and select it, and let's see the font. Let's change the font 12. Okay, that's more like it. Alright, we can even make that 13 if we want. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, 13 is much better. Okay, then the next thing we want to do now is to be able to add all of those data on here. Once I click on this, Okay, so let's give that a shot. Let's see. Okay, let's double click on add loan, and right there, those are the lines of codes. Okay, here I have the variable. My variable declared is the variable that will add every single data onto the spreadsheet itself, because I also intend to do that. Okay, and that is the add variable doing its own thing here. Okay, that is cell 00, the one to the very first cell, and followed by the second one, third one, and so on. And here I've just asked the system to go all the way, okay, up to rule 65,000 plus. And right here underneath here, when you click on that very button, it will also add all of this data that you see right here onto my ListBox. Okay, let me run it so that you guys see what I'm talking about. Okay, click on run. Now we enter some data in there. Let's say I'd like you guys to see before adding this data, I'd like you to see my spreadsheet. That's the spreadsheet right there. There's nothing in the spreadsheet, on the spreadsheet I mean. And here, let me go for maybe 68,900 pounds. A number of years to pay that. Let's go for about 14 years, and right in here let's enter interest rate is 3.9. so all we need to do is just click on total there. Okay, we also need to enter the details of the borrower. Let's say the borrower is called Frogner Moore. Okay, Mr. Frogner Moore, and lives where? Let's go for West England. Okay, that's where he lives. Let's enter a number there. That's the details of Mr. Frogner. But now let's have a look at the spreadsheet. There's nothing in there, but if we click on the add, there we go guys. You can see that it's added straight onto the spreadsheet. Okay, so that is how that works. We can also reset and add more details. Okay, maybe we should leave this on while we reset the choices. Okay, I think we should take it off because everything is stored on the spreadsheet anyway. So the next one, let's say this guy wants to go for 55,000 pounds loan, number of years 9 years, and at the interest rate of 4.5. and these are all this box. Let's enter this guy's name. Let's call him Daytown Moore. An address, he lives in number 10 downtown Texas. Okay, let's enter his details there. So run that up, and here you can just come down here and just click on add Mr. Daytown Moore details there, and you can also see Daytown Moore details. I think there's an error here. When I click on this, when I click on reset, I want the reset to bring back the details. Okay, in the case of reset, I'm just going to comment this out. Let's get rid of it. Alright, let's run it again. Now let's enter some details in there. 67,000, and number of years, let's say 14 years. Interest rate at 7.2. Okay, now let's enter a customer's name, and his name is Felix Stone. Where does he live? 1500. Let's say Denton Highway, Dallas. Okay, now all we need to do is to add all those information. The only information that we will see here is the information related to the loan, and right here we should be able to see the details of Mr. Felix Stone there. Those are the details of Mr. Felix Stone there, who lives in 1500 Denton Highway, Dallas. Okay, let's add some more information. Let's go for the man in Lagos. So he's going to pay his own, let's say 12 years, and right here, well, maybe we should reset. Let's see. Okay, the reset works, that's fine. Okay, as the man in Lagos going to pay in 12 years, interest rate at 4.5. Enter his details there. His name is, let's go for maybe Ade Lagos there. Where does he live? Number 15 Ade Kunle Street, Oshodi, Lagos. Yeah, so we just need to add his own details. There we go, right there. Okay, let's see if Ade Lagos is there. Ade Lagos is there as well, and let's reset again. Reset that and enter another customer. Okay guys, let's add more details to this, and we can call it the end of the tutorial. Let's go for 65,000 and number of year maybe 12, and the rate of that. Let's enter this customer name. So his name is Tony Montana. And where does he live? 90, let's say Hill Lane, London. There, and add the details right there. And that, guys, that's how you develop your own loan management system. So let's check our spreadsheet for all this information, and right there, let's move this aside. Okay, those are all the information on the spreadsheet. Okay, so with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you will enjoy it. Bye for now.